to my channel. My name is Vanessa, for those of you who don't know me. So for this look, I wanted to create more of a daytime natural look for you guys, and I also wanted to take that same look and transition it into more of a Friday night, kind of night on the town, glam look. So if you guys like what you guys see and you guys want to learn how to recreate this look, just keep on watching. And if you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to check those out for you guys. So I hope you do enjoy this video as much as I did. I really like the way that this look came out. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say right now, so let's just jump into this video. Alright, so I already washed and primed my face, and I went ahead and did one eye for you guys off camera so that way you guys can see what we're going to be doing, and if you guys need a reference during the tutorial to look back at. So today we're going to be starting with some primer for the eyes. This is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer portion in the shade Eden. The key to your eyeshadow lasting longer is a good primer for your eyes. It makes your eyeshadows last longer and keep the colors on your eyes vibrant and intact. So I'm going to be going in with the Morphe E10 to just apply that all over the lid where I'm going to be applying eyeshadow. Now you don't have to do this with a brush, you can always use your fingers. This is totally optional for you. I just feel like I have a better, cleaner application with the brush than versus my finger. So now we're going to go ahead and set the primer, and I'm going to be using the RCMA No Color Powder with the Sephora number 47 foundation brush. And of course we had to dip into this beauty. This is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. I have not been able to put this down ever since I got it. This has been my go-to. So now we're just going to pick up the shade Burnt Orange, and we're just going to be using a Morphe E27 brush, and we're just going to be applying that into our transition area, and you just want to buff that into your crease. And if you have hooded eyes like I do, you'll want to create your own crease, which I will definitely do a tutorial on in the future for you guys, but for right now, just follow the natural bone structure underneath your eyebrow, and that should give you a baseline of where you guys should be applying your crease or your transition area. And now we're going to be going in with this shade Realgar, something like that. And we're going to be using the Morphe M441 brush. So since we're doing a halo eye, what you want to do is you want to focus the eyeshadow on the outer and the inner corners of the eyes, and then leave your eyelid bare where we're going to be doing the shimmer or the metallic eyeshadow. And now we're going to be going in with this brown shade called Cypress Umber, and I'm going to be using the Morphe M321. It's like a bullet crease brush. This is a good brush for a precise application for the outer V area of your eye, which is where I'm applying this shade right now. Taking that M433 again, and just with that same brown, I'm going to be blending it out into the outer V and a little bit into the crease just to help mesh everything together so there's no harsh lines. Now we're going to be going in with this white shade called Tempera, and I'm just going to be using a Sigma E54 brush, and I'm just going to put this right on top of my lid where we're going to be adding the shimmer shade. This gives your eyes a nice base for your metallics and has the best color payoff, and it'll also clean up any excess eyeshadow we don't want on the lid. So now we're going to be going in with the Buxom eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Glitz Factor. And I'm going to be using the Morphe M421 brush to apply this. And we're just going to be applying that everywhere where we did the product and where we deposited the white eyeshadow on top of the lid. Then going back in with the M433 brush, I'm just going to help blend the two shimmer shades and the matte shades together so that way there's no harsh lines. And then we're going to be going in with this shimmer shade called Primavera. This is a very sparkly gold shimmer eyeshadow. It's so pigmented and so beautiful. So I figured that the eyelid needed a little bit more pop, golden pop, so I figured I'd top that on top of the Buxom eyeshadow. And then with little to no product left over on the M433 brush, I'm just going to further blend the brown eyeshadow into the crease area. Dipping back into the Cypress Umber shade with the same M433 brush, we're just going to further deepen the outer V area and the crease just to help give a little bit more dimension and more depth to the eye. Alright, so that's enough blending for now. So this is what you guys should have so far for the finished eye look for work. It's very simple, very doable, very wearable for the day. And now we can move on to some foundation and work on the face. So I'm going to be going in with the Sparkle Hydrating Primer from Laura Geller, my favorite. And I'm just going to be using that to moisturize and prime my skin for some foundation. And then of course going in with the Professional from Benefit, just to help cover up those damn poles. And for foundation this week, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Pro Glow Infallible in the shade Creamy Natural 202 and the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint in the shade Alaska. And then I'm also going to be adding some Cover FX enhancer drops, obviously, because it's summer and we want that glow. So I'm just going to be mixing that into my foundation and then just dotting that all over my face. And then I'm going to be going in with my new Obsession foundation brush. This is the Morphe E6 brush. So as some of you guys know, the Elite collection is discontinued, but they relaunched a new version of the Elite collection. The same brushes, the same names, the same style of the brush, just a different pair to the brush. So if you guys are looking for the same brush, but it doesn't look the same, I will leave all the names of the brushes down in the description box below and link them to the new collection. So I'm just going to be buffing that into my skin. Next I'm going to be going in with the new Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer in the shade Fair. This has been my ultimate holy grail concealer. And even though it's a full coverage, there's no creasing going on, so I think the hunt for my perfect concealer is officially over. So I'm just going to be applying that on my chin, top of my lip, bridge of my nose, and in between my eyebrows. And then I'll be using my dampened Morphe Flawless Beauty Sponge just to blend out all that concealer on my face. Now with concealers, depending on your skin tone color, you do want to find a shade that's going to be one shade lighter than your skin tone, or at least the same color of your skin. So here's a comparison to show you guys what a concealed eye looks like versus not. Definitely looks more awake and more brightened and more refreshed compared to the other eye, where you can still see some pink discoloration under my eyes and a little bit of my under eye crease or wrinkles, as you would say. So I usually just do 3 little lines with the concealer, and then I'm just using the Morphe Beauty Sponge just to help blend that all out. Usually you can just blend out to the opaqueness or sheerness as you want for your concealer. I like good coverage for under my eyes, lasts longer throughout the day, and just looks more refreshed throughout my day. And then you can go ahead and set that. I am using the RCMA No Color Powder again, just to set the under eyes, so that way there's no creasing going on, and that way my concealer will stay in place. So now we're just going to set the face. I have oilier skin. My face is more normal to oily right now, but I know during the day it does get a little too oily for me. So I definitely like to set it with some RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to be using the Morphe E6 brush for this. If you're on the oily side of skin, I definitely recommend this step. This will help keep your skin matte and your foundation matte throughout the day. If you're on the drier side for your skin, I definitely don't recommend this step unless you want to and you feel like you have to. And down the neck. And now we're going to be going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Tinted Press Finishing Powder, and I am in the shade Light. This is also just a face powder, just to help give it some more full coverage for my face. Obviously I'm loving this stuff and I'm running low, so I'm just scraping the edges right about now. And we're just going to be using the Morphe G7 powder brush, and I'm just going to be applying that all over my face, again just to give more full coverage for my skin. I have some acne scars because I was a picker. Ugh, it's so bad for you, but when you see it, you just gotta get rid of it. And then you can go ahead and apply some foundation down on your neck. And now we're going to be going in with some bronzer. This is the Galactic bronzer in the shade Cabo, and I'm going in with a Morphe E45 brush. And I'm just going to be carving out my cheeks ever so slightly. I do want to keep my cheekbones a little natural, but just a little bit more defined. So I'm just using some back and forth windshield wiper motions and in some circular motions as well, just to help. So now I'm going to be going in with this Lorac contour palette, and I'm going to be taking this cool tone brown shade, and I'm just going to be contouring my nose a little bit with a It Cosmetics angled eyeshadow brush. I'm not quite sure of the number or the exact name of this brush, but I will find it and I will link it down in the description box below for you guys. So I am going to be doing my brows off camera again, just because that takes a little while. So this is what you guys should have so far with the brows on. So now we're going to be curling our lashes. And for today's mascara, I'm going to be using the Tarteist Lash Paint Mascara. I've been surprisingly liking this a lot, actually. I'm not the type to really like volumizing mascaras. I'm more of a thicker, fuller lash kind of girl, but I really like the way that this makes my eyelashes look, so I'm going with it. So now we're going to go in with some bronzer, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And I'm going to be using a Morphe M527 brush just to bronze up the forehead a little bit. I felt like I was a little too pale and I wanted a little bit more of a summer sun-kissed glow. So I'm just applying that on my forehead and a little bit melted into my bronzer. Alright, so now we're going to be dipping back into the palette using the shade Realgar, and I'm going to be going in with the Sigma E15 flat definer brush. And I'm just going to be applying that orange shade on my waterline, and I'm just going to be smudging that out onto the bottom lash line. So now with that same Cypress Umber shade, we're going to be going in with the Sigma E21 brush, and we're just going to be applying that to the outer corner of the waterline and connecting that to the outer V of the eyeshadow. Now this is just my personal preference, but I don't typically drag the darker eyeshadow shade all the way into the inner corners of the eye, just because it can have an effect of a smaller eye shape, and the effect that we're trying to go for right now is for more of like a wide open or wide-eyed look. So for that, we're going to be adding some Colourpop eyeliner in the shade Get Paid, and we're just going to be applying that to our waterline just to help open up the eyes a little bit. And then we're just going to coat our bottom lashes with the same mascara. Next we're going to be going in with the NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Banana with the Morphe E48 brush. And we're just going to be applying that pretty much everywhere where we put concealer, so the forehead, the bridge of the nose, the chin, and under the eyes. So now I'm going to be going in with some blush, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Sweethearts blush in the shade Sparkling Bellini. The shade is so beautiful. Like, this is like the perfect summer blush shade. Now we're going to be going back into the Anastasia palette with the shade Primavera, and with the Sigma E56 brush, I'm just going to be applying that into the inner corners of the eyes just to give a little bit more pop and a little bit more attention to the eyes. In today's highlighter of choice, we're going to be going in with the Becca and Jaclyn Hill collab in her unforgettable shade Champagne Pop. And with that, we're going to be going in with the Morphe M510 brush, and we're just going to be applying that to the higher points of our cheeks, bridge of the nose, cupid's bow, and the temples and the forehead. Just to add a little bit extra glow from all the mattifying products that we did. I just want to bring back a little bit more of the glowy skin. When that highlight is blinding though. Dipping back into the Lorac contour palette with that shimmer shade, we're going to be using the Morphe M558 fan brush and just applying that below our brow bone area. So for lips today, I figured we'd keep the attention on the eyes and have the lips a little bit more on the natural side. So I'm going to be lining my lips with the NYX lip liner in the shade Beige. And then for lipstick, we're going to be going in with the BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Sandy. I do love the way the texture on these lipsticks feel. They don't feel like that clumpy, heavy, extremely drying liquid lipstick. They're super comfortable to wear. So this is a very good liquid lipstick that you can comfortably wear during your day. Alright, so that wraps up the workday glam look. Alright, time to let that hair down, tap into that inner fierce goddess of yours, and let's see what kind of sass that we can come up with for this look. So we changed the shirt, added some new earrings, and now we're going to get started into this glam tutorial. So I'm going to be doing some wing liner. I'm gonna be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Pot liner in the shade black. And I'm going to be using a Sigma EO6 brush for this. I'm just going to be starting off the wing liner from the outer corner of my eye and just dragging up to a point. And then just from that same point, I'm going to be dragging it down to the top of my lid. I'm not going to be doing too much of a crazy bold liner. I want to keep things just nice and sharp. The more you start working your way into the inner corner of the eye, the more you want to start thinning out the line so that way it's not too bold and too thick. And this is what you guys should have so far with the winged liner. And now to make a statement, we're going to add some lashes, and we're going to be using the House of Lashes in the style Boudoir. These are my absolute favorite lashes. I am die-hard for these. They just make my eye shape look so beautiful, and they just accentuate my eyes in the perfect way that I wanted them to, and they obviously give me some sass. I mean, I guess it's okay, right? Alright, now let's move on to some lips. So I want to go with more of a dark vampy red. I figured the red would really accentuate and tie the look all together. So I'm going in with the Colourpop liner in the shade Dahlia. Awesome, so now for lipstick we're going to be going in with the Kat Von D Vampira? I think it's Vampira. Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. Alright, so this lipstick wasn't as dark as I was hoping it came out as, so I'm just going over top with some Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Heathers. Alright, now just spraying some MAC Fix Plus setting spray. And that completes the look, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I hope you guys loved it. If you guys have any suggestions or comments or feedback for me, leave them in the comments down below. I would love to check them out. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to always smile genuinely and love fiercely.